Hello there, 8th grade science students. This is Mrs. Geis, and today we're going to be diving into health and disease. So go ahead and take out your LearnEd notebook that is entitled Health and Disease. It has the turquoise cover with the apple on the front. Go ahead and flip to page 6. We're going to start on page 6 today. I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead because in class your teacher will be doing the unit organizer as well as the bell ringers and the pre-check with you. Your teacher will also give you instructions about completing the healthy habit log, which is on page 18. Okay, so wait for your teacher's instructions before you do that. All right, let's go ahead and start on page 6. Intro to Microbiology. Microbiology involves the study of microbes, many of which cause infections and diseases. Microbiology includes the study of bacteria, parasites, fungi, algae, protozoa, and viruses. All are living organisms except viruses. They include a wide range of characteristics. Many are unicellular, sometimes forming colonies. A disease is any condition that disrupts normal functioning of processes within an organism. A pathogen, any disease-causing microorganism or particle. An infection occurs when any organism becomes contaminated by a disease-causing agent. What else can make someone sick? Toxins. These are poisonous substances that can trigger an illness or remain in tissues. Chemicals. These are substances produced from a chemical process, often capable of causing toxic effects. Radiation. This is when energy traveling in the form of waves, capable of causing severe effects on the human body. Drugs, which are a medicine created to have a physical effect on the person who takes it. Poor diet. This is when we have a lack of vital nutrients and compounds within the food energy that is ingested on a regular basis. Low activity, a lack of physical exercise, which is necessary for maintenance of muscle strength and metabolism. Many of these microbes can be found virtually everywhere. How do we stay protected? Well, immunity. Immunity protects an organism from disease and infections. Special cells are able to fight off invading pathogens. Healthcare, the branch of science dealing with medical treatments and caring for those who are sick. This depends on scientists and doctors to make important discoveries. Take a moment and think, how has healthcare impacted your life? Go ahead and complete your answer on page 7. Look at the picture at the top of page 7. This image depicts white blood cells attacking a cancer cell. White blood cells are an important part of the human immune system. We're going to be talking about becoming a microbiologist, and we will be doing a either hands-on lab when we get together in person in school or a virtual lab with your teacher. Your teacher will instruct you about how to complete the chart on page 7, where you have investigating cells. Go ahead and turn your page now to page 8 in your notebook, and we're going to talk about disease-causing agents. The microbes associated with varying types of illnesses are called pathogens. They are also known as disease-causing agents. In class, your teacher will instruct you how to research the 5 disease-causing agents listed on pages 8 and 9 and how to complete the chart. The 5 disease-causing agents we will be discussing in class include viruses, bacteria, fungi, parasites, and protozoa. For now, you can turn your page to page 10. Spread of disease. One of the biggest challenges in the field of microbiology is understanding the spread, treatment, and prevention of disease. This is very pertinent with what we have going on right now with the pandemic. Outbreaks occur when a disease unexpectedly occurs in a large part of a population. Have you heard of any specific outbreaks? How have they impacted populations? Again, your teacher will discuss with you in class the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. There are 2 classifications of major outbreaks, epidemics and pandemics. Both describe the spread of disease. The incidence of illnesses. First of all, epidemics, the unexpected outbreaks of diseases or illnesses that occur over large areas. These occur in large areas, but not worldwide. They may be a threat in one region, but not in others. Malaria is a threat in Africa, but not in many other areas. So it is considered an epidemic, not a pandemic. A pandemic is the unexpected outbreak of a disease or illness that occurs over entire regions or even globally. Pandemics are spread worldwide. They do not always result in mass deaths. New flu strains may result in pandemics. We will be, again, doing this optional activity when we get together in person learning. For now, go ahead and turn your notebook to page 11. The history of understanding human health and the evolution of modern medicine allows for our population to continue to grow and thrive. Using the following notes, complete the timeline on page 11 as we go through the slides together. At the top, on the left side, right in 400 BC, we have the birth of Hippocrates. He is known as the father of medicine. Write that in the line beside 400 BC. Continue on with the following information in the same format. In 300 BC, we have the very first descriptions and drawings of human anatomy. In 1590 AD, we have the original development of microscopes. So quite a long time has passed between 300 BC and 1590 AD. But this is when the first microscopes were developed. Moving on to the year 1665, Robert Hooke discovers the existence of cells. You can imagine this is made possible with the invention of the microscope. In the year 1816, the invention of the stethoscope occurs. In the year 1842, general anesthesia becomes widely used. As you can imagine, this aids in surgeries and other procedures. In the year 1870, germ theory is developed along with the use of antiseptics. In the year 1885, the first rabies vaccine is developed and administered. In the year 1895, X-rays are used. In the year 1899, aspirin is developed. And in the year 1928, penicillin is discovered, along with the use of antibiotics. This is huge in preventing death from infection. In 1930, the first blood transfusion occurred, again, saving many lives. 1944 brings us the discovery of DNA. In 1967, we have the first heart transplant. In the year 2003, the Human Genome Project is drafted. In the year 2006, stem cell research progresses. The year 2008 brings advancing cancer treatments that's able to target specific cells. And in the year 2012, bionic limbs advance rapidly. So you should have information to complete the chart on page 11, which takes you through the history of modern medicine. Go ahead and turn your page in your book to page 12, and let's talk about the energy needed for life. A lot of this should be a review from what we just covered in our ecosystems unit, using our food webs and our food pyramids. You know why energy is important for all life on Earth, but how do individual organisms use energy within themselves? What do you think? Take a moment and respond in the area on page 12. Use supporting details from personal experiences and information you learned in your previous science classes. Energy is needed within living organisms to power life functions. We know that food provides molecules that grow and repair tissues. Energy is originally obtained from the sun by plants who use sunlight energy to produce glucose. Remember, we call those producers or autotrophs through the process of photosynthesis. They can be used for fuel or energy or stored for later use. Other organisms then consume plants for food energy. These are consumers. When you eat vegetables, you are consuming energy grown originally from sunlight energy. This provides your body with necessary molecules to make cellular energy. Food is essential and used as energy for cell survival. Molecules are broken down using energy, and carbon dioxide and water are produced. Some energy is released as heat. Think about the energy pyramid that we talked about in our ecosystems or ecology unit. Remember, the higher up you go in the pyramid, the more the organism has to consume due to energy being released as heat. Matter is transferred in ecosystems through photosynthesis or respiration. It is transferred when one organism eats or consumes another. Here's an example. A plant produces a fruit when it grows using sunlight energy. If another living organism eats that fruit, it gets its energy from the fruit. If that living organism is eaten by another organism, the energy continues to transfer to the next level. Food provides the molecules necessary for the growth and survival of all organisms. There are two methods of obtaining food. Autotrophic, that's using non-living factors to produce food. For example, sunlight. Photosynthesis is important for autotrophs. They are able to produce glucose, known as sugar, using energy from the sun. What else is needed for photosynthesis? Heterotrophic, this is consuming food directly from other organisms. It involves cellular respiration. It uses sugar to produce ATP. ATP is an acronym or a shortened version of the words adenosine triphosphate. This is important in cellular energy. Go ahead and look at the chart at the second bottom half of page 13. You have proteins, lipids, and carbohydrates in columns with pictures for examples of each. Use the following information to complete this chart. Proteins. These are found in meats, yogurt, eggs, and a variety of other sources. They are used for growth and repair of tissues. Proteins compose many of the tissues in your body. Here's an example of a protein in the form of beef. Remember, the cow gets its energy from eating the plants that get their energy from the sun. We get our energy from eating the cow. Lipids. Lipids are fats and oils. They are used as long-term energy storage. They are needed by your body to regulate temperature, compose cell membranes, and to protect organs. Here are an example of some lipids. We have some various oils and butter. The third column is carbohydrates. This includes sugars and starches, such as fruit, pasta, and potatoes. They give us the quickest energy, a quick burst of energy. It's the quickest energy source for living things. They are able to be metabolized and broken down to simple sugars for energy. Here are some examples of carbohydrates. We have grains, whole grains, bread, pasta, rice, corn are just a few examples. Food energy. Energy is needed for all living things to function. It enables us to have cellular processes occurring in our bodies. It maintains homeostasis. It allows for reproduction and the passing on of genes. It enables the growth and development of an organism and helps in thinking and making decisions. You ever hear about brain food? This is a great example, thinking and making decisions. Recall that cells obtain energy by carrying out cellular respiration. This converts sugar and oxygen to carbon dioxide and ATP. ATP is used as cellular energy. Remember, ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate. We get our energy from the food we consume: carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins. We maintain good health by exercising and taking part in daily activities that allow us to use our muscles and burn excess calories. Calories are the units of measurement for food energy. All food contains calories. It provides our bodies with usable energy. So we start with sunlight providing energy. If we look at this little flow chart, it helps us to kind of wrap our heads around the flow of food energy. Next, we have plants that use energy from the sun to conduct photosynthesis. They are autotrophs, which means they make their own food. They make glucose, which is sugar. Next, we have consumers eating the plants. So the energy is passed on. Next, food is oxidized or broken down. Cellular respiration gives cells energy. Organisms are able to carry out daily processes that are necessary for life. Organisms use and release energy. And finally, energy is recycled in many forms. Take a moment and complete the chart at the bottom of page 14. So think about, what is food? You have already learned how important food energy is to living organisms. Use the diagram on page 15 to complete the area for lipids, carbohydrates, and proteins, and also any areas that they may overlap. Also, take a moment and answer the questions at the bottom of page 15. Let's talk about metabolism now on page 16. Metabolism refers to the set of chemical reactions that break down food to derive energy as well as store it. The rate at which energy is burned is known as metabolism. You may hear people talking about having a fast metabolism or a slow metabolism. Your metabolism can also change as you age. Food provides your body with needed nutrients. The food must be oxidized in order to be used. It combines with oxygen in order for cellular respiration to occur. And the resulting process gives us ATP, cellular energy, adenosine triphosphate. Your body supplies oxygen through circulation using your cardiovascular system. Think back to your 7th grade science classes where you studied the cardiovascular system in the human body. Your body breaks down food through digestion. This occurs in the digestive system. The purpose is to make energy. Every part of your body uses or stores energy. There are many factors that contribute to metabolic rates. Some of these are age, weight, gender, daily level of activity, and efficiency of natural body processes. BMR stands for your basal metabolic rate. This refers to the amount of energy needed to carry out the minimum tasks for survival. It also refers to normal life functions that are necessary for survival. Your body uses energy as follows. 60% goes to our BMR, 30% daily physical activities, and then 10% to digesting and processing food and nutrients. In class, your teacher will instruct you about the activity on page 17. You will be creating a hypothesis and then tracking your heart rate. That is it for this booklet entitled Health and Disease. Again, your teacher will instruct you about the healthy habit log on pages 18 and 19. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.